My name's Alistair Fitzsimons and I'm the Operations Manager for Mears Care in Northern Ireland. Been employed with the company for 20 years as an area manager at the minute. Previously was a coordinator and a care worker and a branch manager and a trainer. We deliver domiciliary care to people across Northern Ireland and all the trusts. And at the minute we have about 500 staff out delivering care and support through different trust areas and through different programmes of care. Suppose whenever SDS came about initially, we were contacted and we just thought this is the next thing the trust are going to come up with to save some money or to get round some issue that they may have. And given it a closer analysis, what we find is that SDS, in our opinion, seems to take us back to where we were maybe 15, 20 years ago. And we mean that in a very positive way. At the minute, we seem to be bound by regulation, times and tasks, and 15-minute calls and micromanagement of everything that needs to be done, and a lot of different people inputting into that, be it the workforce regulator, the RQIA, or the Social Care Council, or the trust. And everybody has a different opinion on what the quality should be and how the service should look and feel and be delivered. From our point of view then, what we see the opportunity as SDS will be to deliver the service as the service user wants it to be delivered. So the things that are important to them can actually be adhered to within their care and support plan. And we would have the flexibility then to respond to requests, where at the minute, one of the issues that we have is people ask us, can we change the time of their call or the day of their call or the purpose of their call? And can we do other things such as cleaning or shopping or support or going out for walks or going to local events? And we don't have that flexibility at the minute within the service that's being commissioned. And a lot of that sort of frustration is directed back towards us and towards our staff. And if we then had the opportunity, which we have in some of the cases, to actually say, well, okay, Thursday works well for the care worker and you can go ahead and do that. Or Tuesday works well for you. Or you don't want your bedtime call this week, but you'd rather have a 5-hour block on Friday to go to an event at the social club. That works well for you. And what we're finding is the managed budget element of the SDS model is allowing us then to personalise the care for the individual within the parameters of what's been set out by the trust. From our point of view, at the minute, we would have, as do most domiciliary care providers, we're facing a recruitment issue, and in terms of stabilising the workforce and securing a skilled workforce that can meet the needs of what is currently being commissioned. Within the SDS model, what we see as an opportunity whereby staff who have specialist skills such as dementia care can actually be targeted into those service users and made available to them, where at the minute it would just be generically who happens to be on the run. And staff have been coming back and saying to us that they find this particular way of delivering the service much more enjoyable, much more satisfying, in that they can actually work with people to deliver what they need and use the skills that they have without having to rush to the next call or be somewhere within so many minutes and only do so many things and not do so many other things. As an employer then, that gives us great opportunity. All the people and all the workforce that we currently say, we're sorry, you're not physically fit enough, you don't drive, you haven't got the requisite amount of experience, we can't employ you because we have these runs and regulations. We can then take that all the way back and engage with service users and their families and say, what does your ideal person look like? Let's go out and try and find them. And it may well be somebody who can't work at a weekend or can't work at an evening. It could be somebody who can't drive. It could be somebody who's not as physically fit as what the job might previously had required. And that allows us then to put those people in with those service users and their families in order to support them. The challenge that we would see going forward would be the traditional model of buying care in blocks of hours valued at a certain amount of money. And it's going to take a big change in mindsets, I think, for everyone, including the trust, to come past that and not buy care or buy a task in that quantifiable so much per hour. If we look at the outcome that we're trying to achieve, and the assessment process attaches a value to that, and if the provider such as ourselves can get involved at an early opportunity and sit with people and say, here's a range of things that you could do with that, which one of those would suit you best? At the minute, our experience has been the trust are managing the budget and they're holding that, but we have other models of care that are being trialled in different parts of Scotland at the moment, where the provider or an advocacy agency or another third party is saying, well, we'll manage the budget and we can hold on to that and release that back from the trust as well. And we think there's something quite exciting there for the future too.